Alright, we're gonna get started up here. Just getting ready to join us here. We're gonna start the deck profile in just a second. Oh, hello. I guess we will have a feline visitor for our deck profile today. Hi.
No.
I'm trying to make a mess, Top. Yeah, be chunky. No, Dad. You get real chunky. So yeah, but I'm cute. All right.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead and start. I'm just gonna let her on my side for a little bit.
Alright, so
shortly.
tonight I'm going to be using Arc Duraludon post rotation, seeing how it does. So I've ran this deck a few times, but not that much, so we'll see how it goes. So we are having our four copies, can't talk, of Arceus V, 2 VSTAR, obviously post rotation, so you are going to be running the 3 Dragon Duraludon Vs instead of the metal, because the metal one does rotate.
That's really unfortunate too, because it was a great little effect for the Duraludon to have on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does rotate, so it's gotta go.
And then we are running obviously the Duraludon VMAXs. So we got those copies. We got some Judge for some disruption, and also some card draw in case you need a new hand.
So for those of you who are not aware already, Marnie is rotating, so Judge is going to be the card that mostly takes that spot, seeing as it's both a disruption and a draw card, and we do still need draw, so.
Then we do have 3 copies of Professor's Research, 2 copies of Boss's Order. You do have 2 copies of Colress's Experiment, 2 Serenas, so you can either boss up a Pokemon V, or you can also pitch cards and draw stuff, so it is another draw support. Then we do have 1 copy of Raihan in here. We have, so Duraludon does lose a lot of healing aspects in post rotation, but we do have 4 lucky ice pops to hopefully heal some damage.
Unfortunately, Duraludon loses a lot of its healing. In fact, I would say it loses the majority of it. You don't have Hyper Potion anymore.
You don't have Big Charm.
You don't have Big Charm. It's there. We talked prior to the stream actually about regenerative energy, and how while that's a possibility, it's probably not a very good fit for Duraludon.
Yeah.
So you do still have stuff like the Ice Pop and Potion. There's also a Fruit Basket card coming out in Scarlet and Violet base set that could be worth looking at. But for right now, we're gonna go just with the Lucky Ice Pops and see how that fares.
And we do have 4 Nest Balls, 4 Ultra Balls, 3 Trekking Shoes, 2 copies of Switch, Escape Rope, which one of our buddies is going to be at least happy with, because according to him, this is more Switch than we usually have.
I think he doesn't realize it, but with Air Balloon being gone, we kind of have to run Switches.
Yeah. Then you have 4 copies of Crystal Cave, because it is a way that you can also heal damage from Duraludon. Then your energy spread is going to be 6 metal. So we are going to have 6 metal basic. We are going to have our 4 copies of double turbo energy. and then 3 copies of Fighting Energy, and just hope to God not all 3 are prized.
Yeah, you just can cross your fingers, and if they are, you scoop because you're not winning.
You scoop, or hopefully you somehow get knockouts with Arceus.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's gonna be pretty much the breakdown for Duraludon.
I pick you obnoxiously enough, Weevil.
No.
She's like, no, I like this too much. Top, I need to work. She's like, nah, I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to go down. Pull on your mat. Is that what that was?
I think.
Stepping up it all. Or first.
I think that just made it worse.
Okay. I'm gonna do the deck profile for Origin Form Palkia here in just a second. So Palkia, this is the same list we used last time we were testing here on stream. We have not adjusted the list at all yet. Still not quite sure how I want to tweak it. If I want to tweak it,
Is that one of her claws?
I actually think so. Yes, they shed, so that's very likely. Has not adjusted. The list has not been adjusted yet. Again, don't really think it needs to be drastically adjusted, but it does probably need to be tweaked. With that said, let's actually look at what the list looks like. So if you're not familiar with what our build is right now, hopefully you will be shortly. You have one Taiga Isaka VSTAR marker. That's very important. Don't forget that card. I jest, obviously. But with that said, we are going to be running a 4 Ralts, 4 Curlia, and 1 Gallade consistency engine. Very strong, actually. You wouldn't think it would be. But if Inteleon's taught us anything, it's that stage 2 consistency engines can actually be pretty fantastic. Curlia obviously has the refinement ability. You discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. And then Gallade, Buddy Catch, search your deck for a support card and put it into your hand. Pretty good stuff. Definitely worth running. We are running 3 copies of Origin Form Palkia, 3 copies of Origin Form Palkia VSTAR, and then a 1-1 split of Luminion and Greninja. Naturally, would be, because you can't run more than 1 Greninja. We're running 3 copies of Melanie to make sure that we're able to attach energy to our Palkias and to our Luminion if need be. 2 copies of Boss's Orders, because we do want to be able to boss up some of the squishier Pokemon on our opponent's side. 2 copies of Irida. We do want some additional options to grab specific Pokemon and to grab item cards.
We do want those new arts.
Unfortunately, because in the post-rotation format, we're no longer considering tools as item cards, because that's the new rule. Irida is a little bit less useful, so you can't be getting stuff like Choice Belt with it. And Arven could, yes. And to make matters even worse, because you're no longer running the Inteleon engine, you're also not getting stuff like Drizzile to get your item cards and such. So Irida is not as good, unfortunately, post-rotation. But she is still decent, which is why we're running 2 copies.
I can see some Palkia decks probably running like 2 Irida, 1 Arven.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know that tools are necessarily worth the Arven right now. They're good, but I don't think there's any of them that are broken. We do have 2 copies of Judge. Again, draw and a little bit of disruption. Research, again, 2 copies just for the draw. 2 copies of Serena for the Gust and for the draw. Of course, Serena, a card from Silver Tempest, where you can discard up to 3 cards from your hand and then draw until you have 5, or gust up your opponent's bench Pokemon V. And we have 4 copies of Battle VIP Pass. Battle VIP Pass, a very good card for this deck, because if you don't get it when you want it on turn 1, you can just discard it with Refinement and draw cards. It's very similar to Mew using it to get rid of, or using it as fodder rather for Crymomatic. It's kind of same situation with this deck. It doesn't mind having it in the deck because it can just burn it later. With this, you are also running 4 copies of Energy Search. Yes, that is extraordinarily high, but I've actually found I've liked it so far, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of decks pre-rotation, we're running 2 to 3 copies of Capacious Bucket. Energy Search only gets 1 energy, so it's not as good, so the extra slot is also nice, but we are also running an 8th energy in this, whereas most pre-rotation builds were just running 7, so also do keep that in mind. And then we're running 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 2 copies of Level Ball, and 2 copies of Nest Ball. This is our search for the deck, primary search right here. The Battle VIP passes and search cards. Ultra Ball, of course, the most versatile search card, a search item card at least, in the game, and for good reason. Ultra Ball is also going to allow us to get our water energies in the discard pile to make use of Melanie. Of course, we can also do that with Greninja or Curlia, but Ultra Ball is a good option. Further, 2 copies of Switch. Got the Elder Maneuver. 1 copy of Energy Retrieval, just in case our energies get kind of stuck in the discard pile. We no longer have Trading Court to rescue them, so Energy Retrieval is a nice thing to have. We have 1 copy of Choice Belt, just in case Mew's trying to pick on us. And then 1 copy each of Path of the Peak and the Temple of Sinnoh. Temple of Sinnoh is not going to be very relevant today. Unfortunately, Arceus Duraludon is not running any special energy cards, but Path of the Peak could be very
I
important.
mean, it is.
What was that?
This is running special.
Oh, it's running double turbo. That's right, because it's Arctura. Yeah, so I guess it could be important, actually. I take that back. I had a huge brain for Arctura. So yes, you could shut off. I'm just thinking Dura, straight Dura, which has not been around forever, but that's what my brain was thinking anyway. Yeah, so Temple of Sinnoh, yeah, it will shut off the double turbo, which is good. Although, good luck getting it out turn 1. I don't know if it's going to matter that much, because Arceus gets it out so fast usually. Path of the Peak probably won't matter in this matchup either. Although it might if I can shut off your Starbirth fast enough and lock you out of being able to get a replacement stadium card, which we'll see. As for the energy cards rather in this deck, we are running the aforementioned 8 water energy. So this is the deck, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe don't break. Also, Arc Dura Action, or is it the Squilvet Single Strike Mustard Sauce? So there's actually no single strike mustard in this. I think it might actually be a little too difficult to pull off the single strike mustard too consistently in this post rotation format without quick ball. So I've elected to skip on the mustard for now. Maybe we'll go back to it in the future testing. As for Squilvet, we're not playing with him today. Although he may make an appearance in Arcanine in the future, I'm not sure yet. Alright, I'm going to shuffle up. So today is Arceus Duraludon versus Origin Forme Palkia VSTAR. These are both post-rotation builds of these decks. So you're going to be seeing cards like Nest Ball. You're going to be seeing cards like... well, what else is in their post-rotation? I was going to say, a lot of the newest cards aren't really making their way into these decks just yet. Some of the newer decks, starting next week, we're going to be testing Gardevoir. So you're going to see a lot of newer stuff beginning next week. You'll see stuff like Miriam pop into decks. You'll see stuff like the new Arcanine. You'll see Miraidon. There's going to be lots of interesting things in the next couple weeks here. We are getting one more week of pre-rotation Pokemon decks out. The decks that we're doing are at least notably well prior to rotation, before we start those newer decks. Yeah. So Gardevoir is up next. Gardevoir is going to be very interesting. I'm actually curious to see how Gardevoir does against Duraludon, because Duraludon doesn't have a super easy matchup against it, simply because Duraludon isn't given the blessing of having to deal with an opponent who's running special energy cards. But the flip side to that is Gardevoir also really has to hit hard to deal with Duraludon. So they're kind of, I would say, fairly evenly matched.
Now, right.
Right on. Yes, right on with Ampharos, especially. I'm going to go with Tails. I will go ahead and go first. Let's see how this deck treats me today, and see if it wants to cooperate, or if it's going to stick its tongue out at me like a sassy anime girl. Being a sassy anime girl.
You're not wrong.
They still didn't mulligan. Drop turn. Amazing top deck. Thank you, top deck.
Hey, at least
That had went from really
at least
bad
it
to
wasn't
okay.
a turn late.
It sure felt like it was gonna be.
I feel like this would have been a very quick Ralts versus God matchup.
Dude. Ralts would have just been pissing itself in the active spot. She's upset because I kicked her off the table. Let talk. I know you're in trouble already anyway, but like, chill. Getting the Ralt, getting the Palkia off this. I don't think you're gonna be getting the turn 1 knockout, so I'm just going for the extra draw. Do you want that draw? Turns out drawing cards is a good thing. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Going to attach here. Wow. And I'm past you.
That's small.
It's interesting. There are 2 different Ralts that I think are especially playable. And this is the version you use if you're not playing a deck with Psychic Energy. Like if you're running a deck with Psychic Energy, there's another one that you would consider instead of this one. But it has 60 HP instead of 70. So pretty good start for Arceus here. This out early. Oh, trekking. This is a very scary sight to see. Dropping a preemptive Crystal Cave on me. Very interesting.
And Trinity Charge.
I'm gonna draw start my turn while he's doing that. There. Concealed cards for 2. 1 and 2. Energy search. Interesting situation. One card that I could see being in this Palkia deck is Capturing Aroma. Try to help you go wider earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Attach, return, and retreat.
Other way around.
That's I was like, what the heck just happened there? My brain was trying to make sense of that. And I couldn't. Going to Melanie. 1, 2, 3. Bubble ball. Curlia. So right now, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
180.
180. So I'm definitely not getting knockout yet. Probably not getting it, period. Though we need a lot of pieces. Energy search. Trying to thin my deck out a little bit here. And we're gonna refinement. Tiles attached with different last time turn. That was. I'm gonna do that for this turn. And we're just gonna subspace fill new for 180. That feels bad. Unfortunately, my situation right now does not upload. May have just made a bad situation worse. Starbirth it is. Not really sure what Arceus could want other than maybe a switch card, but even that I don't know is necessary. Energy maybe. Let's get the relic right now. We are seeing that switch out of the Arceus, putting an undamaged Duraludon VMAX into the active spot. While I sit over here and cower.
And G-Max pulverization for 220.
Yeah. Turn. All of energy search. We're gonna cross our fingers super hard on this one. Sealed cards. I got put down last turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Energy retrieval. Refinements. Put those back in my hand before I do that. Refinement.
Draw 2, pitch another energy for refinement. Then if you have it, Palkia V on the bench and
Refinement.
Start Portal. It's almost like I know the deck.
Refinement. Do it this way, I guess. Not how we wanted to do it, but we're gonna do it.
To Ultra Balling away Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make like sense for my head, just in case like it was like a double Ultra Ball play and you're pitching 4.
Buddy catch. Retrieved. Still work. Start portal.
I have a feeling that there's probably some Palkias prized.
You can't tell I'm playing Gimped or what? I'm hurting so bad. I can get a prize card to hopefully get freaking Palkia V out of the prices. It's hurting so bad. We're gonna take the knockout. If you are still watching, or if you're watching right now, or even if you're watching on video on demand here later on, which deck are you most excited for rotation after rotation? Or alternatively, which deck are you most excited to see out of Scarlet and Violet? Perhaps you're very excited to see Miraidon or Gardevoir. Maybe Arcanine is your thing. Maybe you just want to see Mousehold do some things. Who knows? Which deck are you most excited for? Just population bomb the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Turns out population bomb when it goes up against a Rock Skin Garchomp, that'll definitely bite you.
Wow, hi Toff. Thank you for joining us again. My burn token was like, what the hell is going on here? This is actually super unfavorable matchup for
VMAX
Palkia.
pulverization.
For knockout, yeah. This is a super unfavorable matchup for me.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. That. Because that's what option I have. Draw 4 turn. Bench, thankfully. Attach. Refinement. Is that even possible? Actually, it should be. Yeah, okay. Melanie. Refinement. What's this one? I'm not sure again for 90 and 90.
Crystal Cave.
So the Sun JMS says, I like the Miraidon X Flappy and Raichu deck the Japanese official channel showed off. Yeah, I can see it. Raichu's certainly good. And that's going to be game. Because there's no way how I recover from that. Especially since this is also priced. Yeah, I had no shot. This is already a hard matchup for Palkia. And then, like, on top of it having 2 of the V's prize and the Luminian prize. No, not happening. All right. Let's go to another game, rather. Maybe you can prize 2 of your Duraludons.
So the first 2 prizes was a Duraludon V and VMAX.
So you'd already set up both of them that you needed to set up, and then you bolt them off the prizes. That's a phenomenal. Miraidon, we're gonna be doing here.
At that point, when I have both set up,
weeks.
it's like I don't need to bench anything else.
We're gonna be doing Miraidon here in a couple of weeks. It's gonna be its first testing partner, I believe, is Gardevoir, and then it goes up against Arcanine, I think, is the other one on stream at least. Let's see. I think that's the next one. Let's see. Yeah. So the plan right now is on February 3rd, Miraidon and Gardevoir will go head to head. So, and then the next week it's Arcanine and Miraidon. So that should be very fun.
First or second?
Yes.
Both?
I don't know if it's gonna work. Honestly, I think this matchup might be just an auto loss for Palkia because you can go so narrow that Palkia really struggles.
Yeah.
I should have picked a better partner for Palkia. Oh well. They live in there. I was like, oh, Duraludon, we need to test Duraludon too. Shove it in there. Didn't even consider who it was actually going against. Alright, I will go first. That way we can get to my last turn faster, right?
Place my trap cards.
Oh Lord. Look at him. He's so happy. He's just like, I have been vindicated. It wasn't me. He's such a dork.
I know she jumped over there, but I don't know. Unless she's on the window seal.
One of those games, I guess. Isn't Duraludon the one that's supposed to mulligan a lot?
I don't know. I had a person playing against me with he's running Arceus Gudra against me, and he mulled 4 times.
Yeah, it reminds me of the time. It's been about 2-3 months ago, 2-3 weeks ago now, rather. At least when it went public. Played a bad version of Miraidon against 9 card, and it got so bad on the number of mulligans that in the final game I actually had to judge ball to get the game going. He's like, just judge ball it. Okay. And the deck runs tons of basics. This one does too. This one runs a lot of basics, but hit him.
It went so bad against him because like he couldn't get stuff charged up because I kept knocking it out. And then he eventually got the Gudra VSTAR, and like he bossed because I had the Evital charged up, and he tried bossing up that, and I'm like, switch, or not switch, escape rope, boss's order.
Yeah.
Is it a third?
No, but I'm gonna pat about it anyway. One busted septic. Hell yeah. 2 games in a row. Okay, I'll take it.
You say my battle VIPs.
Because they are Mr. 4 on turn 1.
Look, even when Mitchell was playing against me, like he gave me so my opening hand had 1, and then he gave me 1 off the mulligan, and then I top decked. Now I was like, I'm sorry about this, but 3 battle VIPs, and I started with Mew. Started with Mew, and got the Meloetta, got the Elisa, got the Fusion, and then Donk. He's like, yeah, that will do it.
I guess the next big question we'll ask for the audience is, which deck or card, or even cards, are you most excited to see rotate? So I'm sure you have some opinions.
Honestly, funny enough, Big Charm.
Big Charm, you think?
Funny enough, Big Charm. Big Charm is Big Parasol rotating.
Big Parasol also rotates.
That I'm excited for that. Honestly, as much as I like the card, Marnie.
Oh, I hate the card. I'm glad Marnie's going.
There. I mean, there's a lot. Now, the stuff that I wish would rotate is not rotating. Yeah.
I already know which card. At least one of them.
I mean, I know Marnie.
That is rotating. No, I'm talking about what you're saying.
Oh,
that should rotate.
That I wish was gonna rotate, but is not rotating. Cry Destruction, Evital. Because again, I'm a Mew player.
If only Mew itself were rotating, that'd be great.
Honestly, actually, as a Mew player, actually, I should be saying, instead of Cry Destruction, the stuff that I am glad that's rotating is all the Lugia core.
At least the Rainbow Lugia.
Yeah. Rainbow Lugia with the Aurora energies, the amazing rares.
We're totally gonna make the vanilla Lugia work. I think maybe. Probably not. Let's be honest. Wow. That's brazen.
And you charge.
Drop turn. Okay. Drop turn. Evolve. Evolve. Nest ball. Hey, look, we don't all prize this time.
Let's see that.
Funny how that works, right? Nothing like making a hard game hard or hard matchup harder by prizing all your freaking V's. Find it. Noble. Ralts. Card I'm most glad this could rotate is probably Marty. Card. Wow, it's welcome at pre-release. That moment when we know they love each other, but they still fight like cats and dogs. You know, they're both.
I mean, it's the one that hates it. No, she's trying to clean him and bite him because she keeps doing both. Such a dork. Tough. He's like, look, I just want to clean you. And she's like, no, I clean you and bite you.
Serena to discard and draw 5. Already. Yeah. And then attach return.
180. If you're calculating.
I have any idea how much I hate that effect.
Recalculating. Root recalculating.
I literally can't do what I want to do. This is double battle VIP in case you were curious.
Not so.
Two damn games in a row. And we're going into subspace well for 200.
Garbers.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you couldn't retreat. Just cut that right now. You only had one energy on attached to you. Okay. Fair enough, but still. So I'm thinking about it for attack, and I was like, wait. I love how the healing hasn't even really impacted this matchup almost at all. Stupid. My opponent is currently using Starburst to search for 2 cards in the deck. I had to guess probably the counter stadium and the supporter card for next turn. Boy.
VMAX polarization.
Turn. Golf. Refinement. Why don't you a turn late? Refinement. Hmm. Not sure what the right call is here.
Give in to despair.
I mean, it's probably the right option, but I don't want it to be. Let's just take the KO. The thing that I think this deck needs, now that I've played it a lot more, and it clicked because I did the Arcanine deck this morning actually, is capturing Aroma. I think it needs a couple copies of capturing Aroma. He is pathetic. Deck I've had the most fun playing with Cluster versions so far. It's probably the Flaffy build I'm right on. I think that's been the most fun. Just seeing Dynamotor actually do something is pretty fun.
VMAX polarization.
Check turn. I knew it was too, and I did it anyway. Let's return. Judge. That's gonna be real confusing for the judges come rotation, because judges gonna suddenly see a lot of play, and then they're gonna hear judge, 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 and all the judges are gonna be like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I already hear it occasionally at our league. I can't imagine that's gonna be once that's the prominent card. Such a dork. He is an absolute dork. He's chewing on the cardboard. You see that? And then we're going to get some cards. Both. Portal. Tiger, you take those. And refinement. Refinement. 2. Energy search. Really? Every freaking game, man. Refinement.
Dorks.
That's gonna be game already. 190. And this screwed me once again. What the hell?
Judge.
Wait a second.
Crystal Cave. Lucky Ice Pop. Three. 4. 4. 6, 8. That's another 20, right? Because heal 20 from your active if you do flip a coin.
Yeah.
Okay, so. And GMAX pulverization.
It's basically game, unfortunately. Especially if that freaking ice pop has some chance. Not much, admittedly, but some chance before the ice pop. I got Moonlight, but all it does pay to 170. Dude, I don't understand how 2 games in a row I prized Luminium and at least one of my Palkia. Like, I run 3 of you. What are the chances that they always get run? Alright. So Palkia, for the record, does not have a good matchup against Duraludon, and I think that was illustrated here. And the prizing wanted to accentuate that fact. So Duraludon did take this best of 3 2-0 against Palkia. Palkia, unfortunately, kind of struggling a little bit, which is funny because I think it's actually still really good. It's had very difficult partners to deal with for its testing rounds on stream.
It's funny because we keep choosing, like, we unintentionally choose it that way, but in the long run, it's like,
but these are decks that are going to be good still. So, I mean, Duraludon is not going to just vanish overnight.
no.
It's not. And
Mew's not going anywhere
Mew is
until
not
it
going
fully
anywhere.
rotates. It's basically the new Pikarom. It
Yeah.
ain't going anywhere until the card itself
What's
rotates.
weird too is like Drapion's out. Drapion is out and killing Mew left and right, but even with it out,
Even with it out, Mew players are still winning against those matchups.
it's astounding.
'Cause
Honestly.
You can't tell me that, like, oh, Mew's not that good anymore when literally Mew just got second at a regional.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. That is this week's stream. I will see you guys next week. Next week is going to be Gardevoir X versus Duraludon VMAX. So it should be a very interesting matchup. I'll see you in the next one.